Hello, everyone. Welcome to our timeless oracle reading. Our oracle card for today belongs to Into the Lonely Woods Oracle by Lucy Cavendish and illustrated by Dan May. When we try to look at the card, which is entitled The Consolations of Isolation, we can see a creature that is in the midst of the forest and is having a very intimate and amusing conversation with a little bird. Usually, birds are symbols of journeys from the exterior world to within. They are also symbols of messages coming from our inner self. And you see here, when you look at the creature, it seems that the creature is enjoying a conversation with their inner self, where they also encounter the divine and also their spirit guides. Now, there are so many consolations that we receive when we constantly journey within, that sooner or later the journeys within becomes indispensable in our life. It's like at first it's difficult when we journey within because we carry with us certain pains or certain struggles that we have encountered in the exterior world. But the more time we are drawn within, sooner or later all those pains and all those hurts are slowly being healed by the healing balm that is provided for us within. And so what happens? It's like an acquired taste. The journey within, sooner or later, becomes an indispensable part of our daily life. Now, there are so many things that we can appreciate in the journey within. Like, for example, we regain that sense of wonder when we were still young. Sometimes I would find myself smiling because each time I go for a walk, I find myself like a little boy looking for feathers, looking for interesting rocks that resonate with me. Or sometimes when I walk and I see a feather, I am filled with joy, knowing that it's an assurance coming from the angels that I'm not alone, that there is always a support for me. When I see myself walking on uneven paths, I find myself immediately looking around for interesting rocks and picking up those rocks that resonates with me. I find myself great joy when we find ourselves great joy, especially when the inner world opens to us, the treasures of the clear gifts. When the clear gifts starts to awaken in us, there's that sense of wonder again of a child, wherein suddenly ordinary conversations, ordinary words, ordinary dreams suddenly come alive, and suddenly we are able to put bits and pieces of our daily experiences, and we realize that these are messages from the universe. Oftentimes we find ourselves wanting something, and then suddenly you find yourself in a situation wherein what you were looking for is there and is provided for you, and you realize that it's not just an ordinary coincidence, you realize it is the universe gently providing us with what we need. There is that great joy of discovering our interconnectedness with the rest of everything that exists. There is that sense of oneness with them, and that sense of joy that there is that hidden hand that always provides for us. And you realize that you are not alone, and you realize that you are truly loved. And then you also, in your journeys within, we also discover how much we are just loved for who we are, and we learn to love ourselves. And it teaches us also how to love others, the people who are brought to our lives. And we are filled with joy when these discoveries, this love that we have discovered, when it overflows, you find joy when you see that other people are also drawn towards this inner journey. When you see the divine using you in order to change lives, in order to bring light where there is darkness, in order to bring a smile when there is sorrow, just by your mere presence. It gives you that consolation, knowing that these are fruits of the journey within. There are so many things about that journey that always makes us open to learn new things. Like, for example, as your clear gifts open and you become aware of how the universe works in order to help you, and how several times we would miss the opportunity when the universe gives us something. Like, for example, there are instances wherein you are expecting for something, and suddenly the universe gives you that opportunity to attain that something, but you were so preoccupied with other things that you missed that opportunity. And as an afterthought, you realize, oh, what I was asking for was already provided for me. And then you tell yourself, well, that's another lesson that I've learned. I'll be more attentive next time. There are also sometimes situations wherein the universe will give you that opportunity to receive what you wanted, and then you are so happy and filled with joy with receiving that gift, and so you take that gift, and then suddenly the universe offers you, do you want some more? This one looks good for you also. But oftentimes, because we are not aware of the benefit of the other gifts that the universe offers, we often say, oh no, it's okay, it's enough, this is okay with me. And then as an afterthought, you realize, oh, I never realized that these small ones are good. Maybe the bigger one that the universe is offering might be even better. And then you realize, oh, I missed that opportunity. Next time I'll be more sensitive to it. So it's a learning process, a process of growing, a process of being more receptive to the communications coming from within, that it becomes so exciting. We become like the fool on the major arcana who is finding joy taking a hike on the cliffs of the mountains, smelling the flower, basking in the warmth of the sun. So this is the message of the card: to enjoy the consolations given by our inner journeys, that journey towards isolation and silence. If in the past it seemed bitter to be separated from the exterior world, that bitterness sooner or later becomes a source of sweetness that we constantly go back to, and the fruits that we receive, we bring to the world, and in our own small way, we bring light, joy, and love to the world. Let's try to read from the handbook that accompanies this card so that we may be able to gain more insights regarding the consolations of isolation. Seclusion can feed the spirit, and with that nourishment comes a rebirth. So many people and beings take themselves away from society and people, from the chatter and the gatherings and the beautiful noise that is our collective. The sense of being separate for a time is nothing to fear, for you are separate, you are unique, you are experiencing the multiplicity through the oneness of your being. Being alone can heal us and bring us back from the dark place that is loneliness, a state we can experience even when amongst others. The comforting, healing qualities of solitude are yours, and these arrive spontaneously, unscheduled, without artifice. Your spirit desires you to breathe light right through your entire being until you shine with the radiance that is your soul. Well, that's it for today. The consolations of isolation. I hope it has been beneficial for you. Thank you for the likes and comments you've given to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. I hope to see you again soon. Until that time, may God continue to bless your ways.